destructive. So I think the pace meant more than anything else.
Well, that's Swanee's take. It's time now for Silly Points take. Brian, it's got that feeling about it, doesn't it, that it is potentially title contenders. They're both back at the top, and we're sort of really excited about this one in particular.
Yeah, it's major. For me, I think the winner of this match is really going to be the favourites for the tournament. We saw RCB stumbled yesterday, and these two teams, one is performing at the best they've performed in two IPLs, which is CSK, and MI winners are now getting into the groove. So for me, one is on the rise, and the other has to stay up there. So the winner of this would really tell me who has that advantage going into the second half of the tournament. And most likely both, I feel both is going to qualify, but psychologically, advantage is going to come to the winning team after tonight.
All right, we've been talking a lot about Mumbai's middle order in 2021. One key component of that is Hardik Pandya. Let's hear from him now.
Hardik, thanks for your time.
Pleasure,
when can we see the majestic batting from Hardik Pandya? After all, you're part of royalty in this MI setup.
Yeah, whenever I get opportunity, I feel now. It's matter of time. I've always believed that process is more important than the outcome. I think we all have seen the sport that it's gonna be up and down. For me, success and failures does not change my processes. So I always focus on processes. I always feel good about whenever. I mean, for me, every day is a new game, and at the end of the day, this is a sport. And I've realized that no matter if I score 100 or get out on 0, next day is a very first day. And I've always kept that attitude, and it has always worked. So maybe whenever I get opportunity, let's go back. We always understand
Mumbai Indians have quite a
whenever we play as a
What would
team,
you say
we
is the
always do.
ethos of this Mumbai Indians team that has made it the most successful IPI franchise?
I mean, it's just that the kind of support we have as a team, we always just understand one thing that whenever we play as a team, we always do. But when we come out, together and have one goal, we've always come out and done the right things. I think. I feel it's just the kind of experience we have in this group now, kind of self-belief we have. Everyone, whenever we have won championship, I feel that individual brilliance has never won us. It has always been collective effort, and people have stood up in the right situation when they are supposed to do.
And away from cricket now, your thoughts on balancing being at your best and also playing in this pandemic times?
I mean, it's been fantastic. We all understand the kind of situation which is going on in our country. It's been difficult, and my gratitude towards all the frontline workers, medical staff, police, all the individuals who have come up and held their hand and making sure that we fight this battle. So Krunal, myself, and my whole family, especially my mother as well, we were finding ways how can we do our bit. So we have decided that we're gonna donate 200 oxygen concentrators to the rural parts of India where I feel that medical infrastructure needs little support, and we all understand it's difficult. So, we want to show our gratitude, support, and just want to tell that you are always there in our prayers.
Congrats, and what a wonderful gesture. All the very best to you.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, great words there from Hardik Pandya, and of course our thoughts at Star Sports are also with all of you out there. We know it's a really tough time. We just hope that right now the Vivo IPL can give you just a little bit of respite, but our thoughts are with everyone doing it tough. Brian, let's talk a little bit about Hardik Pandya, averaging just to get things back on track.
Well, first of all, it's only going to go that way. Those are not numbers that you associate with Hardik Pandya at all. He's such a gun, and I think he's one of the players that are going to benefit as leaving Chennai as well. And 90-something strike rate, he's roughly around 130, 140 all the time. And as you know, in the death overs, he will get it up to 200 plus. What he has to do, I think he's just got to relax. He's batting, there's a little bit of fluctuation in terms of batting. His brother goes before him sometimes. Pollard goes before him. I think maybe a little bit of stability in maybe the exact position, number 6, if it's number 6, if it's number 5. I think that will give him a little bit more assurance and a little bit more time to set himself up. I know you need to be flexible in T20 games, but at this stage, Mumbai Indians need him and Pollard in form. So give them some stability, let them know what they have to do and go out there.
On the flip side, Swanee, for CSK, you've got Ravi Jadeja just doing absolutely everything at the moment.
He's a superhero, isn't he? He's morphed into this larger-than-life cricket player at the moment. And yet, the one thing about him is he's got every facet covered. His batting, bowling, fielding, like the run-outs, 2 run-outs a game almost, worth, their weight in gold for a skipper. So what an asset to have for a skipper, to be able to turn to him, to take wickets in the middle overs. Maybe at this small ground, it might be nullified a bit by the batsmen. It's a good place to play against spinners. That's why I think Hardik, this could be a great ground for him to get some form back. So, but if anyone's going to pick the man of the tournament so far, it's definitely my man Jadoo.
Well, Jadeja and then Moeen Ali as well. They've got some real serious all-rounders doing the job for them at the moment. Of course he's happy with that. It's time to check out the conditions with the Dream 11 pitch report.
Two of India's best ever cricketing minds will face off today in match number 27 of Vivo IPL 2021. It's the Mumbai Indians up against the Chennai Super Kings. And first up, both captains will be looking at this pitch number 6 and looking how it correlates with the boundary perimeter. In terms of the dimensions, down the ground, 70 meters, there's parity square, but it's that mid-wicket region for the right-hander that will be the focus for both captains. They'll be pushing their batsmen to score boundaries in that area, and they will also juggle their bowlers accordingly. Now, there's a storyline to the pitch and the square here in Delhi. If there is a good covering of grass, that means good for batting and more runs. The former Indian and Delhi lefty is with me, Anjum Chopra. Anjum, how would you assess the grass covering here? Is it low, average or high?
For me, it's a good grass cover, Darren, and I think that's something that a batter would always want to use to his or her advantage. For me, I think we saw 171, both the sides, the 2 previous games that we were privy to in this tournament earlier on, and I think it's going to remain very, very even right through, whether you bat first or you bat second. It's up to the batters. One more trivia, one more stat I'll give you. This is the same pitch last month which was used for the Vijay Hazare tournament. More than 300 runs were scored, 312 to be precise, and they were chased down.
Will we see dew here tonight?
Yes, there will be dew. There will be dew somewhere after 8:15 p.m. A little bit of dew should come in. However, I don't think it will really trouble the second side, the fielding side. The
2 most successful teams in IPL's history will clash tonight. It should prove to be something special.
Well, Baiju's expert view, Graham Swan, we are seeing Jimmy Neesham getting his cap for the Mumbai Indians. How do you think this one is going to play out tonight?
Well, Scotty Styles will be over the moon. Kiwi representatives in this game. Yeah, it's who he plays for, obviously. he's a good, very good cricketer to have coming into a team, and he's an all-rounder as well. So just looking around the group, will it be Coulter-Nile who makes way? I hope it's not a spin bowler who's making way because of the small ground, but I would understand it if they did, because if you bowl second and the dew does come in Delhi, then it's not a great place to be a spinner. But good luck to Jimmy.
MS Dhoni, can he win 6 in a row? He's taking on Rohit Sharma's reigning champions, the Mumbai Indians. The toss is just after the break. Stick around.
अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स में आपका स्वागत है। डू यू नो व्हाट्स कॉमन बिटवीन द ट्रेडिंग वर्ल्ड एंड क्रिकेट? दोनों में उतार चढ़ाव एक्सपेक्टेड है। एमआई और सीएसके फैंस इन उतार चढ़ाव को निश्चित रूप से जानते होंगे। इस सेगमेंट में भी हम बहुत सारे पैरामीटर्स को एनालाइज करके सभी खिलाड़ियों को अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स रेटिंग देते हैं, जो हमें बताते हैं उनके परफॉर्मेंस का असली इंपैक्ट। तो चलिए देखते हैं एमआई और सीएसके के इस मेगा क्लैश के लिए हम किन प्लेयर्स की बात कर रहे हैं। चलो स्टार्ट करके देखते हैं।
स्टार्ट करते हैं सीएसके के सुरेश रायना से। Having scored over 5,000 IPL runs, Raina has been a mainstay in the CSK lineup. उन्होंने अच्छी शुरुआत की है, लेकिन पिछले 5 मैचेस में वो 30 रन का आंकड़ा क्रॉस नहीं कर पाए। इसीलिए उनकी अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स रेटिंग 6.2 तक गिर गई है। अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स में शामिल है वीवो IPL के सबसे सक्सेसफुल कैप्टन रोहित शर्मा। The MI skipper is also their leading run scorer and has scored 121 runs in the last 3 matches. धीमी शुरुआत के बाद वो अपनी अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स रेटिंग को 7.33 पर ले आए हैं। MI के दूसरे प्लेयर हैं हार्दिक पांड्या। अब तक ये सीजन उनके लिए काफी डिसअपॉइंटिंग रहा है, जहां उन्होंने केवल 36 रन बनाए हैं। इसी वजह से उनकी अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स रेटिंग 65% गिरकर 2.73 तक आ गई है। सीएसके के दूसरे प्लेयर हैं उनके इंग्लिश ऑलराउंडर सैम करन। सीएसके के पहले मैच के अलावा उन्होंने अब तक हर मैच में 1 विकेट लिया है और अब तक 6 विकेट ले चुके हैं। ऐसे प्रदर्शन के साथ उनकी अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स रेटिंग 37% से बढ़कर 6.86 आ पहुंची है। तो ये थी आज के मैच के लिए हमारी अपस्टॉक्स क्रिक इंडेक्स की कहानियां। तो चलिए टॉस के साथ स्टार्ट करके देखें।
सिर्फ एक फेवरेट ना, 4 अलग अलग बार। हाँ, सब मिलेंगे कहाँ? फियामा सेलिब्रेशन पैक में for just ₹99।
एनर्जी को रखे बरकरार नेचुरल जिनसेंग और टॉरिन।
और ओवरऑल हेल्थ के लिए 20 मल्टीविटामिन्स और मिनरल्स, जिंक, विटामिन डी एंड सी, बड़ा इम्यूनिटी हर पल। जब हेल्थ ओके तो सब ओके।
आईसीआईसीआई बैंक की कुछ ब्रांचेस के नाम हैं: प्रत्युष पांडे ब्रांच, चेमजोंग एंड चैटर्जी ब्रांच, दिया ने लोन लिया ब्रांच, मिली को लोन मिला ब्रांच। अब हर एक इंडियन है आईसीआईसीआई बैंक ब्रांच। आईसीआईसीआई बैंक लाए हैं फुली डिजिटल बैंकिंग, एप्लीकेशन से अप्रूवल तक सब कुछ ऑनलाइन। अब से यू आर द बैंक।
To start living. Tata Safari. Reclaim your life.
When you pay your credit card bills on Cred, you earn Cred coins. Use them to claim cashback and rewards. Now that's as rewarding as watching your favorite cricketers in a boy band.
Don't forget us because of T20s. In the 90s, we were the OGs.
ये देख सारे प्लेयर की परफॉर्मेंस।
काश म्यूचुअल फंड्स में भी ऐसा होता।
तो है ना, म्यूचुअल फंड सही है .com पर जा, वहाँ पे हर फंड का परफॉर्मेंस देखने मिल जाएगा। लेकिन सिर्फ पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस पे मत जाना।
बात तो सही है।
तेरे को दिखा दूंगा।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
क्या आपके पास बैलेंस्ड एडवांटेज फंड्स है?
बैलेंस्ड एडवांटेज फंड ये मार्केट के अप्स एंड डाउन्स को मैनेज करने के लिए इक्विटी और डेट में इस तरह इन्वेस्ट करते हैं कि आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट हो बेहतर।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेज ध्यानपूर्वक पढ़ें।
What does it take to be champions? 45 wise words from a head coach who won't give up. bowling coach perfecting the 18-step run-up. 1,277 drives perfected in the nets. The physio insisting on another 55 reps. In cricket, life and business.
We are in Delhi for the greatest of rivalries. Rohit Sharma taking on MS Dhoni. So far, 2 from 2 chasing here have won. Brian Lara, if you win the toss, is it easy?
It's very easy. You chase, and that's the most important thing. Win the toss and chase, if that's the stats.
Swanee?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't go against the numbers, I say.
Well, both teams batting first have posted 171 so far in 2021. Let's head out to the middle of Delhi for the toss of the coin. MS Dhoni CSK taking on Rohit Sharma's Mumbai.
We're ready for the toss, and just before we get to it, just a reminder, the pandemic has us in its grip. We're aware, hope you're aware too. Now, the message remains the same. It's a simple one, but it's about prevention. Wash your hands, sanitize, wear a mask, social distance, so that we can prevent it. And also, stay at home if you can. Javagal Srinath is here. He's the match referee, will oversee proceedings. MS Dhoni, captain of the Chennai Super Kings, and Rohit Sharma, captain of the Mumbai Indians. Rohit, you've got the coin.
Hey, MS Dhoni, head. Sorry.
It's tails. You win, or you got to stay there, sorry. Yeah. Social distance, right? Yeah. You win, Rohit. What are you going to do, and why are you going to do that?
We're going to field first. Looks like a good pitch. We played the other day here. Seem to be getting better and better as the game progresses. So, yeah.
Tell me what you've done with your side and why you've made a change, if you have made any changes.
Yeah, we've again made some tactical change. You know, it's important for us just to understand the opposition that we play and the grounds we play at. So considering everything, we've made 2 changes. We've got Dhaval in place of Nathan Coulter-Nile, and Jimmy Neesham comes in place of Jayant Yadav.
Okay, and these are big games. When Mumbai and Chennai meet, it's always a big game. Tell me what it does in terms of your camp and what it does to everybody when you get into such games.
No, I mean, of course, you know, the guys love it, playing the big games. You know, it's always important, and, you know, you can judge yourself, your character, when you play big games like that. And at the moment where the team stands, every game for us is important. So, yes, we want to look far. We don't want to look too far ahead, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we get the job done, keep ticking those small boxes, and make sure that we play every game, we play it right.
Okay, all the best today.
Yeah, thank you.
MS, tell me what you think of the surface.
We are looking to field first also, for a simple reason. It's not very big, and the wicket has been surprisingly good, and that's what we noticed in the last game also. It became slightly better to bat on as the game progressed, but it was good at the start also.
Now tell me, it's pretty much similar question to Rohit with regard to the magnitude of this game and coming into these big clashes.
Well, I think each and every clash is a big clash, because that's what the beauty of IPL is. You know, all the teams, they are very good. It's just that on that particular day, how good they have been and how consistent they have been. So I feel each and every team, whenever we turn up, you know, we have the same kind of preparation that goes into each and every game.
What have you done with your side?
We're playing with the same side.
Okay, all the best today.
Thanks.
So the story from the middle is that Rohit Sharma wins the toss, and it decided the Mumbai Indians will field first.
Well, for a team that's had the ascendancy over them in recent times, that is another big win for Mumbai Indians, you'd have to say, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, you want to win the toss, as we talked about, and you want to sort of field first and chase later on. That's the stats. So I think Rohit Sharma has got that first edge over MS Dhoni, but the game's still got to be played. MS Dhoni has a smile on his face. He knows as a batsman, got to go out there and score runs. If they get a good total, they've got something to fight with. So, yes, first blow to Rohit Sharma, but the game's still got to play.
Swanee, the fact is Mumbai are coming off a win, but Rohit Sharma just said he's making tactical changes. So Jimmy Neesham comes in for Nathan Coulter-Nile and Kulkarni comes in for Jayant Yadav. What do you make of those changes?
Well, the Coulter-Nile one for Neesham, I can understand just because the type of cricketer is. Jimmy Neesham has got bat and ball, and it's a small ground. It's a tricky place to go in, especially with spin bowlers as well. So, you know, Yadav not being in there. So I can understand the tactical changes, especially with a wet ball later on. It saddens me a bit because as a spin bowler, I like to see lots of spinners, and they don't get to play too much of a game, too much of a role in the game at Delhi. But then I've called on CSK to win this game, so they've got to find a way.
8 titles between these two teams. This is as big as rivalries get in the Vivo IPL, and the rivalry extends to the Battle of the Sixes.
The greatest rivals are on a collision course tonight. 6 runs, even in the Battle of Sixes. Lovely football. Of course, you'll get the big hits with these heavyweights in action.
Brenner's got hold of this one.
Let's start with the GOATs. Look who feature in the list for most sixes by an Indian in the IPL.
Huge.
The hitman's right on top.
Oh, one-handed inside out.
MS Dhoni, you've got some catching up to do.
Hit that well. Solid way to end the over.
How about the finishers? Like the best of the best right at the end.
He's got it as a.
You're not going to believe this. The top 5 are all in action.
I'll just take you out of the ground for 6.
These guys know a thing or two about finishing in style. They save the best for the last. Or should we say, the last over.
6 runs, Jadeja. Excellent from Vinod Jadeja.
5 of Sir Jadeja's sixes came in one game. Just last. Never get old.
The most expensive all for this IPL.
Come on, Hardik. Show us some Pandya power. The greatest rivals go head-to-head. Bragging rights are at stake, even in the Battle of Sixes.
Well, taking a look at the playing 11, Swanee, CSK, I mean, they're getting off to a wonderful start with their openers, but the middle order, that's really who's firing and lifting them up from last year.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they're all playing good cricket, and when a team's brimming with confidence, that flows from one batsman to the next. I think it all stems from Faf du Plessis, Raina coming back in, and every man who goes to the crease knows that they can keep attacking because the guy at the other end is playing confidently as well. So I don't see CSK having too many issues about losing the toss. They're in confident enough place to just think, right, we'll just go on there and carry on our good form.
We keep talking about the rivalry, but they're very friendly out there in the middle at the moment.
Well, it's not like we're building something up, is it?
Brian, the attack from Mumbai's point of view, who are you most looking forward to watching?
In their bowling attack? Nisham. Because I know what those big boys can do. Trent Cole, Jasprit Bumrah. I want to see what Nisham could do because if there's a weak link, I think Coulter-Nile showed that he was the weak link in the last match. Nisham is sort of a military medium pacer. He's going to be attacked. So I really and truly want to see what he brings to the team that's slightly different. Ishan Kishan is still out, and that's a big player. To keep leaving him out, I'm a little bit